Hi guys, this is CA Balakrishna. In this video, we will be dealing with case study number 9, starting with first MCQ. First MCQ. With respect to the payments received from allottees against flats and apartments at the Deccan Residency Towers 1, DREIL is basically what happens in the case study is this DREIL is a promoter of particular apartment. Now it has collected some advance money from the allottees, and in the case study 85% of the amount received is deposited in separate bank account that is opened with the scheduled bank. Okay, that's what done by DREL. It has to deposit at least 70%. It has deposited 85%. There is no default, and it has to maintain a separate bank account. It has maintained a separate bank account. Therefore, there is no default done by DREL. Answer would be no, guilty, not guilty. Okay, here he says guilty, 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 which are wrong. Next, the real estate agent Mr. Miraj is basically what happens is this company is there, na, DREL. DREL is constructing the apartments in a phased manner. Basically, for Tower 1, it has obtained registration from respective state RERA authority, and there is another phase by name Tower 2. Now, for this Tower 2, they have not yet obtained the registration under RERA. Without obtaining the registration under RERA, they have started marketing the apartments in this Tower 2, which cannot be done. Okay, thereby the agent who has started marketing the apartments in Tower 2 would be guilty. The name of the agent was Mr. Miraj. He is guilty. Why? Because he facilitated sale of an apartment in a non-registered project. Let us see. Basically has conducted marketing. Guilty because commission charged by him is more than, no, it is not. There is no limit on commission. How much commission you want, you can charge. Not guilty because he is registered under, no, not guilty, no. The answer would be A. Okay, he is guilty because he has facilitated the sale of apartment by conducting advertisement of the apartment. Okay, next, third MCQ. Whether the price of 500 and 250 respectively charged by TCL can be considered as predatory price. Basically what happens is this TCL is there, no? Basically it is a software company. It has developed a software which is used for conducting examinations, wherein while writing online exams, if a student doesn't see the camera of the laptop, a pop-up will be shown in the screen, and at the same time even to the invigilator also a pop-up will be shown on the screen saying that student is not in front of the camera. Such type of software is developed by this TCL, and it has reduced the price of such software from 500 to 250. One second. Basically not from 500 to 250. One second, we'll read the case study. Basically there are two types of softwares. One is online, one is offline. Okay, basically the prevailing market prices of the software is, for one software it is 600 and for another software it is 320, whereas TCL has reduced the price to 500 in case of 600 software and to 250 in case of software that was being sold at 320. Okay, they have reduced the price. Let's see what the case study says. Since TCL has its own server and other IT facilities including human resources, hence after covering the directly attributable and overheads cost, it earns tiny profits. Okay, even after charging this lower price, it earns tiny profit. That means this price is not lower than the cost. This price is more than the cost. Therefore, it is not charging a predatory price. Okay, that has to be written by you. He's asking whether it can be considered as a predatory price. No, it cannot be considered as a predatory price because the price is more than the cost. How can you say that price is more than the cost? Because the company is earning somewhat profit. Okay, the answer would be no, because these are more than the cost. Next, fourth MCQ. Whether the immovable property acquired by Mr. Liaquat Ali in joint name of himself and his wife is valid. Basically, what happens is there is a particular person by name Mr. Liaquat Ali. He purchases a immovable property in his name and in the name of his wife, that is jointly in the joint name of Mr. Liaquat Ali and his wife. He purchases a property, and the consideration of this property is being paid from a debit to non-resident account maintained by him. That means the funds that are lying in this non-resident account belongs to Mr. Liaquat Ali himself. Okay, those are known sources of funds. Thereby, you can purchase a property in joint name of your wife and you have paid the consideration from the known sources. Therefore, it would not be falling under Binami transaction. Therefore, the acquisition is valid because the payment is made through a debit entry to non-resident account maintained by Liaquat Ali. Okay, therefore, answer would be A. Next, fifth MCQ. By which date TCL must realize the full export value of software? In case of softwares, the export value must be realized by 9 months from the date of export, but due to some COVID scenarios, it has been increased to 15 months. In case export is made before 30 July, I think the date is 30 July. 1 second, I'll check it. For exports that were made before, where is it? Fifth MCQ. Yeah, 31st July. For exports that were made before 31st July, the time period would be increased from 9 months to 15 months. Therefore, in the question they have given two dates. One is invoice date, one is a transmission date. You have to consider the invoice date as the export date. From this date, you have to calculate 15 months, which would turn to be 25th of September 2021. Option C would be the correct answer. Next, moving to descriptive questions. Which amongst the following persons is a binamidar? Basically, what happens in the case study is this person is there now, Mr. Amanat Ali. Mr. Amanat Ali is having a daughter. Her name is Miss Saba. Mr. Amanat Ali purchases a property in the name of Mr. Saba, and the consideration is being paid from the known sources of Mr. Amanat Ali. Thereby, he is asking whether Miss Saba would be binamidar. The answer is no, because you can purchase property in the name of your child. Okay. Whether Mr. Amanat Ali would be binamidar? No. If he purchases property in his own name, he would not be considered as binamidar because he is paying the consideration and property is also registered in his name. Therefore, even Mr. Amanat Ali will also not be considered as binamidar. And Mr. Amanat Ali has also purchased a property in the name of mother of Mr. Amanat Ali. See, if you purchase property in the name of your mother, brother, sister, lineal ascendant, lineal descendant, in that case, you have to purchase in the joint name of you and your so-called relative. Okay, but he purchased in the sole ownership of mother of Amanat Ali only. Therefore, mother of Amanat Ali would be binamidar, since he purchased property in the sole name of his mother. He should have purchased in the joint name in order to not consider his mother as a binamidar, but since he purchased in the sole name, she would be considered as binamidar. Now, if anyone among us the above mentioned persons is binamidar, then what shall be the quantum of penalty? The quantum of penalty would be imprisonment, rigorous imprisonment for a period not less than 1 year, but which may extend to 7 years, and penalty would be 25% of fair market value of the property that is involved in the binami transaction. Okay, in this case the fair market value was, I think, some 1.4 crore. If you calculate the 25%, it would turns to be some around 35 lakh. Okay, that would be the penalty leviable. Next, seventh question: whether TCL holds a dominant position in the relevant market of online testing. Basically, TCL has recently entered into this software development market. After entering, it has reduced the prices drastically, and it has gained the market share of up to 54%. If it is holding 54% of market share, means it is enjoying a dominant position. Okay, we have already studied that having dominant position is not prohibited, but abusing the dominant position is prohibited. Next, if yes, does it amount to abuse of dominant position? Basically, what happens is, after gaining 54% of market share, this company increases prices of its product. Okay, after increasing the prices of its products, its market share reduces to 47%. Now, even though it has increased the prices, its market share has not fallen drastically. It has fallen just somewhat, just 7% has been fallen. Still there is 47% market share. That means still people are using its product. That means the price that is being charged by the company is well within the quality of the software that is provided by the TCL. That is the reason why still 47% of market share is being held with TCL only. Thereby, keeping that in mind, you cannot say that TCL is abusing its dominant position. Okay, this is the analysis you have to write. By this we have completed case study number 9.